Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since my last video, and so I thought I would do a quick update. As always, and for the last several months, things have been quite busy. Sending out a lot of gear and working on delivering quite a few others to some folks. And, it's been extremely busy. Getting some things back from the tech, like this CT93 from Pioneer. Just got it back late last week from getting the belts added on and installed, and I've just kind of walked it through its paces in the last day or two, and then playing with it, making sure that it seems to be playing great. And it is beautiful cassette deck that I'll be showing you some up close video here at the end of this one. There are several people that were interested in it, so thought I would give them some video of it. On that note, just because there are so many folks interested in this one, I don't really have a way of saying who's the one that's going to get it, because there's just so much interest in this particular unit. So I'm going to send an email out to all of the parties that I am aware are interested. If you have not communicated to me about your interest in it, do so fairly quickly, and I will send you a note directly about it on how I'm going to determine, who's going to actually be able to purchase this unit. So on this note, by the way, it reminds me, unfortunately, so as everybody who has watched this channel for any length of time knows, all of the units in my collection, I went to buy them and pick them up in person. Not a single unit in this collection was sent by a carrier or mailed to me in any form or fashion. I physically went to get it. However, I know a lot of people can't do that, and so I have been lenient in letting some folks purchase shipping on their own. I will box them up in some cases because they're something that I don't want to get damaged if possible. So I've gone to great lengths to box things, and for the most part, everything has made it there without any significant damage. And that's been fine up until just recently. Well, as you would know, somebody decided to buy something, a tube amp, and it being 60 years old, and it's impossible for me to guarantee anything. And if you're going to buy something like that, you kind of need to know what you're doing with it. And unfortunately, it got there and, not working right. But the owner that bought it doesn't have any skills to manage it on their own, and apparently hasn't tried to even engage tech, and didn't seem to plan on, even though I've relayed that it has to be restored. So that person, now wants a partial refund, etc., for something I told them not to do. And so, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. I will ship things still under the same circumstances. However, just so you understand, I will not accept a goods and services payment because that still puts me on the hook. If you want something, come and get it. That's priority number one. But after that, if you still want it shipped, then you are going to have to bear the burden of any risk that it takes. I will show you all the video and everything I can if you want to. Inquire about anything ahead of time. But if it's going to be shipped, then just know that it's at risk. It's the same reason Kevin over at Skylabs just talked about yesterday in his video, that they don't ship anything because he doesn't want to deal with it. And it's a lot of issues when you start to ship things around. As a reminder, all of this gear didn't go through a UPS shipper when it made it to the stores to be sold. It was sent freight, and a big truck came and delivered pallets at a time. They were unloaded by hand or on a pallet and then unpacked. So nothing in this era went through the conveyor belts and all of that a shipment, sending one unit across several states would go through, and have all that banging and dropping and all of those things that happen along the way. They were not subjected to that. So if you want to have your piece subjected to it, you're going to have to bear the risk of anything that could happen. And it's unknown what could happen. There's a lot of parts in these that jostling them around and, subjecting it to shock, something can happen. And so my best advice is to come and get it if and at all possible. There are, again, I've suggested there are some ways to get some white glove services if the piece is valuable enough to you and you really don't want to have anything happen to it. Then you can certainly pay to have someone literally pick it up here and almost hand deliver it to you if you want. But that is something that going forward, anyone purchasing something is going to have to take that route. Other than that, some cool stuff. I've got lots of great pieces. I'm still working on adding things to it as far as some turntables and receivers and amps. There's still quite a bit that are listed, but I do have quite a few more to go. I've been trying to work on speakers and getting those posted. That's kind of the next big wave of things. And a lot of big things have sold. The Nakamichi turntable just sold recently, and some other big things are coming that I'll be showcasing and then posting those for sale as well. So anyway, if anything has caught your eye, please feel free to reach out and ask any questions. I do plan to make a trip down toward North Florida and then across over to South Alabama, and could be even further west potentially, but right now that is at least an area I'm going to potentially. And if you are within driving distance of that area, then perhaps we can meet somewhere and I can bring something to you if it's a reasonable size, and I can add it to the trip. So that's in probably the next week or two. So if you guys are in that area, in that region, and you can drive up and meet me, then let me know. You will have to purchase that, whatever it is, ahead of time, of course, and I can then add it, to the group of things I'll be taking down there already. So let's see, what else was there? Some big stuff are coming. I think you can kind of see the edge of these. This is the big Jensen Imperials. I'm sort of getting some additional video ready for those. Those will be posted here, but there's also posting things to websites like AudioGone and Facebook Marketplace and other places. So you will see it other places. If you see it here, you might see it somewhere else too. Let's see, there are some big things coming up as I get to them. There will be quite a few Krell amps. There will be some Apogee speakers, 2 sets of those, and quite a number of AR speakers are in the works, as well as the speakers that I consider the best I've ever heard. Those are still pending, kind of keeping you in suspense on those. And, lots of other stuff here and there that I bring out, but mostly I think what's left is majority of that are speakers. There are some additional sets of some preamp combos, one from Yamaha, B&K, I think I've got some units there, and some early stuff that I think you guys haven't seen for quite some time. Some interesting, I got an interesting amp that I had hoped to do a video of, but I never got to it, that I think you guys will be very interested in. I'm going to keep it under wraps until I get it out. It has a very, very interesting story from the history of the company. So I thought I would do a mini video of that. I think that's it. You guys have any questions? Again, anything that you've seen in prior videos that you have of interest, give me a shout. I am trying to do some catch up. There are a few videos that I talked about doing and a follow-up on, and I'm certainly going to try and do that if at all possible, but it's just been tough trying to, my objective of course is to move inventory out. That's really my #1 focus, and if I can incorporate other videos in that, I certainly will. So again, any questions, reach out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon.